Welcome to the In My Opinion Show with Ronald Barry Robinson and friends. You can view the In My Opinion Show on flinttalkradio.com. Scroll down to the In My Opinion Show for your latest in internet programming. We have a very special guest with us today. We have Mr. John Manns, the director of the North End Soup Kitchen. Welcome to the In My Opinion Show.
Thank you for having me here.
You're more than welcome. I understand that there's a number of new programs that have been instituted at the North End Soup Kitchen. Maybe you could share as much information as you possibly can with our millions of viewers worldwide.
Well, our new programs are a direct result of people wanting these different services. And, you know, to look at what we do, we need to go back a little bit of the history of the Soup Kitchen and see where it started. And back in the 1940s, we actually started the Soup Kitchen at St. Michael's, which is on the corner of 5th and Saginaw. And the original Soup Kitchen was called Holy Angels, and that's where it was. And then in 1982, it actually moved to where it was downtown, north of there, which is where it is presently. And the reason that is because a lot of the houses there originally had people that were owning these houses that went to that worked in the shops. There was a big shop area, a big shop town. And then they started moving out to the suburbs, so these houses started to get rented out, and a lot of folks were down on their luck and was poor, and they decided they needed to have to move the Soup Kitchen north where it was most needed. However, we still continued to serve food out of that Holy Angels. We just converted it into a sandwich program. So we gave out a sack lunch. Then, of course, the North End Soup Kitchen, since 1982, was serving hot food.
Okay.
We also opened up right on the east side a sandwich program called the Bread of Life. And this, so we had a presence on the east side of the state as well, east side of the city as well. One of the most expensive and one of the biggest programs we started was in 1984 or 89, was our personal needs and linen closet. And these were things that people can get that's non-food related, like personal need care items, diapers for their kids, clothes, sheets, small appliances, what have you. And these were a direct result of donations throughout the community.
Okay. What days is this open?
Well, this is open Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Now, if I continue, what happened was we got so overwhelmed with clothes. It used to be housed at the North End Soup Kitchen in one small room. Because the community wanted to donate all these products, and these were products that we gave away free. Everything we do is free. We had to find another place to be because the food and the personal needs, clothes just really didn't mix. Well, the school of choice, which is downtown by 5th Avenue, at St. Mike's, the Flint schools decided to leave that building, which was owned by St. Mike's, so we decided to take it over. Now, the complete first floor is now the personal needs and linen closet, which we changed the name to community closet. And not only do we give out the clothes and the personal needs, and people can register to get those things, we give out even large appliances and beds and what have you.
Okay, how do they register?
All they do is come in with their ID and register. It's a one-time registration process, so we can see when they come in. We can see how many are in the family, and according to the family is how many items they get. Now, they can get brand new personal hygiene products once a month, but clothes, they can come in once a week and get 25, 30 pieces. Okay. I mean, they can get a lot of stuff. The large appliances, it's hard to come by, so they have to register for those, get on a list. And lately we've been blessed with twin-size beds, but a lot of people need refrigerators and stuff. So as soon as they come in, they go out. So we invite the community to continue to donate those bigger items, appliances, stoves and refrigerators, washer and dryers, and couches and beds. Okay. Because a lot of people are looking for those. We do a lot of work with the shelters and other places that have people that are going out in the community for the first time that were perhaps abused or their house burned down, so they're in shelters. Once they got a place, or they have nothing. Well, that's where we come in. We try to fill the order and get them everything they can to be able to have at least beds for the children. So the community closet has been a pretty big success. And I said earlier, we started at the soup kitchen, this one room. Now it's turned into a whole first floor of a school. Last month alone, and this is just 1 month, we gave away almost 10,000 clothes and personal need items.
Wow.
Yeah, and and this is, like I said, a direct result of the community wanting to come out and help. Because we sell nothing, and we give it to families in need. So as much as it's coming in, we try to get it out.
Sure, that's very inspiring. That
right.
And you service regardless of denomination, correct?
Oh yeah. Even though Catholic Charities owns us, we're a social service agency.
Okay.
So in fact, 80% of our clients and people that work with us are non-Catholic. So it has nothing to do with any type of religion. It's to do with our community, do with Flint, Genesee County, and helping as much as possible. Now keep in mind, with all the programs that we run, and we'll talk a little bit more about that, is we only have 7 staff members.
Okay.
Yet we'll have anywhere from 30 to 50 people a day helping us and working with us at all of our programs. These are volunteers. These are community service workers and Work First. These are people that are able to give us a hand because, quite frankly, one person couldn't be able to do it. And we only have one person on each staff for that. Like the kitchen would have one cook. And the outreach center or the community closet has one person running that. And that's it. But she'll have 10 to 12 people every day helping. So we rely on the community as well to help us service people every day. It's a community run, volunteer-based run organization.
How does people get in touch with you to volunteer or to contribute items?
Well, the main office of the community service programs of Catholic Charities is at the North End Soup Kitchen. Okay. And viewers and listeners can call 800-785-6911. We're there every day from 8 to 5, including weekends. And we there in our office, we book volunteers, we take donations, which are tax deductible, by the way. Okay. And be able to accept donations of monetary gifts, what have you. We also have a website that you can donate or contact us, and it's ccsgc.org. That's again ccsgc.org.
What about email? Your email address?
Email, you can email myself at jmanse@ccsgc.org.
Good. Fantastic.
Yeah. So basically, we talked about the soup kitchen and the community closet. Now, we had some new things, new programs started over just recently. One of the biggest changes was that we decided to serve dinners at the soup kitchen, where we always served a lunch. So now we serve 2 meals a day. So we have 2 shifts. We asked the folks, the families and people, and see if that was something that they needed. So we did a survey first. We didn't want to just jump into it. And for the most part, they were saying, yes, we would love to come here. If you had that ability to be able to give dinners, we would show up, because most of the time, this lunch is our one hot meal of the day. Okay. In fact, we have a family of 4 kids that come nearly every day, including nights, without their parents. They just walk up there on their own. So we service kids, families, seniors, everybody. And we just wonder, what would they be eating without us? Wow. So we decided to open up a second shift, which of course takes more food and more volunteers. Now, prior to the second shift, we were blessed with volunteers. In fact, 80 to 90% of our calendar is full for the entire year.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's really the community that's come around and wanted to volunteer. So you have to call ahead to get volunteer, especially weekends, because a lot of youth groups take the weekends. We have schools, we have church youth groups, colleges, businesses such as Home Depot, Genesis PHO. So we entertain a number of different people that want to go up there and help. Now, since we had dinners, we've had to struggle a little bit. Now we're trying to get more volunteers,
Okay.
because a lot of people are doing second shift. So they've been coming, and slowly but surely. We've been getting a lot of individuals and families and more groups. So we're starting to fill the calendar with them.
You know, I got introduced to the North End Soup Kitchen when I was going to college, and in my criminal justice classes.
Right.
And we volunteered up there, in fact, through Dr. Avon Burns, all right, some years ago. And it's very inspiring. And I know that the people in the community are appreciative of the things that the North End Soup Kitchen are offering and providing, because this is a very depressed community, not only Flint but around the country, and people need these services because the vast majority of the rest of us are only a paycheck away or two from being in those same dire situations.
Right. A lot of people actually depend on us just to be alive every day, to have the food, to have the bill. We have shelter now through our warming center, and that's one of the things that we noticed, right off the bat, is that how many people actually depend on us. Like I said, this is a depressed area. We have a lot of issues in Flint, not a lot of jobs. A lot of people don't have transportation, and a lot of people really don't have knowledge of how to get job or education, even though it may be available to them, so they're lacking that knowledge. But you drive down Saginaw Street, and there's so many more businesses closed than open.
Absolutely.
And that's the issue, is just having jobs for these folks. Because they are willing to work. A lot of people have the stigma that, well, they come there because they don't want to work. And that's a ridiculous comment, because anytime, they're always asking me for jobs.
Okay.
And anytime something comes along and I post it, they jump on it right away. So we know that people are willing, they want to do this, they want to work. But it just isn't that many jobs available, obviously. So, in addition to the soup kitchen, we also, one of the things I wanted to mention was when the school of choice left and we took over that with the community closet, the Holy Angels, our sandwich program, which is just one block away, we decided to move it into the school cafeteria.
Okay.
And now that gives us a room where people can eat, a kitchen. So instead of just a sack lunch program, we decided to turn that into a soup kitchen. So now we have a Holy Angel Soup Kitchen, which is our second soup kitchen. It gives people the ability to get off the streets, stay warm for a while, and be able to sit down to a hot meal, rather than a sack lunch that was passed out to them at the window at the Holy Angels, which was just a small house at the time. So we were happy to be able to do that service as well, which kind of led into something else. We noticed that a lot of people would be hanging around the building early in the morning. The shelters get out at around 6 or 7, which are at full capacity. So we have a lot of people just hanging out waiting for it to open. So what we decided to do is try this out, is to open up a warming center, especially in the winter months.
Wow, okay.
And this way people can allow to come in, get off the streets early in the morning and sit in the dining room area. And then when we did serve, we'd serve them, and then they would be able to stay for a little while. Well, personally I thought we could get maybe 8 or 10 people that would need it.
Okay.
Well, we were wrong. We ended up having, on average, 50 to 60 people that would be there needing a place to stay that were homeless.
Okay.
And this is also with the shelters full. So it tells you that, and especially in the wintertime, people are cold. So we decided to go 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with a warming center. We have couches in there, we have a big TV, books, tables that they can play cards in, we have coffee going a lot, sandwiches, snacks, and people are basically living there.
Okay.
And they've been living there since December. Now we do close at the end of March, so April 1st we are closed because it is a wintertime thing.
All right.
And then next winter we may have to think of how to even do it better. But we were very surprised to see so many people needing to live there, 24 hours a day.
Well, in that situation, I mean, I understand that you say that, it's a winter thing, but is there any thoughts on extending that, like even through the summer months?
Well, there are some thoughts on that. Unfortunately, with that building, we're in the middle of actually redoing that whole building,
Okay.
and eventually the building is going to be renovated. And if the viewers know One Stop Housing Resource Center, which actually helps the homeless,
Okay.
and they have a lobby and they do washing and dryers for their laundry, and people can take showers there. Well, eventually that's going to move into that site.
Okay.
And then once that's built and that is in place, they're going to be called an activity center area,
Sure.
where people can go there during the day and watch TV or get on the computer and learn some things, do a resume. The game room. There'll be a number of different things that they can do throughout the year, and also including the warming center part. But we're in that transition that the school left, and it's just a shell.
Sure.
And eventually we're going to build it into a place where they can come there and wash their clothes, take a shower, where those facilities we just don't have right now.
Okay.
We're able to feed them and keep them warm.
But that's something that you're.
So we're looking at expanding it and doing that. Once the building's done, and I've looked at the blueprints, and it's going to be a wonderful site. Including not only One Stop Housing Resource Center, we're going to have Resource Genesee that also helps many people through their system of trying to match people with agencies that need help. Excuse me, and then CMH, and they're going to have a department there as well. So this is going to be a one-stop super center for social services.
That's good.
So somebody that needs therapy or has mental issues or just homeless or need information, this one building is going to be able to supply all their needs.
Okay.
So in fact, we just brought in. I hope I don't screw the name up, but it's Mid-Michigan Community Outreach.
Okay.
Which their group was in Longfellow School, but the school shut down, and we invited them to come to our place, and what they do is give out food bags. And the soup kitchen doesn't do food bags, we serve every day. We don't have the money or the be able to give away food, so we just serve food every day. So they're going to actually be able to give away food bags to families in need.
Sure.
So we're trying to fill in the holes, fill in all the gaps, for everybody to be able to come there to one place, be able to get all the services they can. This is like 6 to 8 months down the road. Hopefully we'll get the funding and we'll redo the whole building. So that's exciting to be able to be part of all that, because it's going to be a place where people can go there and just be able to basically get everyththing they need and at least information and be able to move on from there.
Well, one thing I was going to ask you about it was the funding, and you just mentioned that. Will the funding be sustainable?
Well, first of all, it's going to take some bucks just to get the thing renovated.
Okay.
So the partners that I mentioned before are going to get together and look at different foundations and stuff to be able to do that. That's between $5 and probably $7 million.
Sure.
Once the renovations start and the partners move in, then we're just going to collaborate together to keep the the electricity and the roof over our head.
Absolutely.
Basically. There's some programs that have insurances, through case management insurance programs, but so much of it's just all free.
Yeah.
In fact, all of the programs I run are free.
Sure.
So we look at private donations. We look at private donations through not only our community, but we do a lot with the schools and colleges and what have you, to be able to come in and volunteer and see our operations. They're the ones that actually look at it, and then they start raising funds as well.
Sure.
So I speak at colleges and businesses and everywhere, and invite them down until you regularly go down and see how it's run and be able to help kids and families and give them food and stuff. It's appealing to people. This town has a great attitude, and they want to work. They want to help out in the community. Not every town's like that, but we're blessed to have that. So basically, it's private donations that are going to sustain us. Just fundraisers and the community that's going to keep it going. So. Yeah.
Well, the reason I haven't said a whole lot because I'm in awe in terms of the contribution that the North End Soup Kitchen and its affiliates are giving to the community, and it's very commendable. And hopefully that you'll be able to, you and your partners will be able to make all of this happen, because the people in Flint and Genesee County really need this service. Hopefully the economy will pick up. I don't foresee it happening in the next 2 or 3 years, because that's just the way the economy is right now.
Right. And that's the problem. I mean, if you think about it, we've already went through the worst. That I hope we went through the worst of times. And people are saying it's starting to pick up, but it's going to be a slow process. So we can only hope that it is going to get better. So we're going to be able to, get donations and fundraisers and different things. And it doesn't even have to be money. People can donate a lot of ways. They can volunteer. They can, do can drives, food drives. They can get personal needs. You go out to a motel and you pay for all those little samples.
Sure.
Never leave them at the hotel. You paid a lot of money for them. Take them and donate them to the people.
Okay, that's
because we give these to families. This
Okay.
is what they live on, little samples and stuff. We even take water bottles and break them down when we buy laundry soap into big gallons. We break them down and put a label on them and be able to hand out, little laundry soaps.
Okay.
So we are really inventive on how we do things. And it takes an army of volunteers every day to be able to do all that, to be able to provide, do all the stocking and breaking down products and be able to give it away. And of course, we keep stats on everything.
Okay.
And last year alone, we had almost 14,000 volunteers.
Wow.
And this is a lot of people in Genesee County, and it just kind of contribute to where we live.
How many people do you service on a daily basis?
Well, last year alone, last fiscal year alone, which ends in October, we served 141,000 meals, or a little slightly over that.
Okay.
We gave away right around 90,000 personal need items.
Okay. Wow.
So it's a lot of food. You can see a lot of the different programs now. Because we have new programs, we suspect that it's going to grow. In fact, we just added a new program this year in January, because one of the things I wanted to do for a long time is do something on the South End. I used to live on the South End. I like the South End. But I really didn't notice anything going on at the South End, that are helping families and poor people and homeless. You'd have to go to certain churches if they can help you. So we decided that we started a South Flint Soup Kitchen. But the biggest obstacle was to find a perfect location, a perfect place to be able to do that. Now, I wasn't willing to go out and build a new soup kitchen. We didn't have that kind of money.
Right.
So I had to get partners. And so we needed to find a church that first had the priest or reverend willing to want to do something like that, to be able to back up 100% in their parish, to have the facility to be able to have a kitchen and a dining room for people to come in and to be able to participate and be excited about doing that. Well, we were lucky, and we ran into Lincoln Park United Methodist. Reverend Maurice Horn was very excited about it, and today we run a third soup kitchen, which is the South Flint Soup Kitchen, in collaboration with the Methodist.
Okay.
So now we have the whole Methodist community behind us, helping that soup kitchen out. And so we have 3 different soup kitchens. We finally got something on the South End.
Good.
Not only that, we give away clothes and other things at that facility.
Where is that located on the south side?
That is on Fenton Road near Atherton.
All right.
So and I think it's on Lincoln Street, Fenton and Lincoln.
Okay.
So it's probably why it's called Lincoln Park. And it's a beautiful facility. The Reverend and his wife, they do a wonderful job there. The parishioners love to be involved, and it's been a great collaboration for us.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. And again, I can't state it enough that, and I'm sure that the community is appreciative of everything that you, the volunteers and your partners, are doing to sustain a reasonably healthy environment for the people in Flint, Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah, and I appreciate the community. I gotta say, the community is one that really come forward and helped us out. So, and a lot of people don't realize this, that Catholic Charities that runs the soup kitchens and all these other programs also have an awesome child welfare department where we do adoptions and foster care.
Okay.
And we do therapy as well.
Okay.
We help senior citizens in our senior department, and even Hispanic population. We have a Hispanic center that does things with them.
Is this all out of the North End Soup Kitchen?
This is out of our main office of Catholic Charities. That is next door to the Holy Angels building, where the.
Do you have a phone number to that?
Sure. It's 232-9950.
Okay.
Area code 810.
Right.
And if you need therapy, you need, you have some issues, your children issues. People want to adopt. People have. We need foster families all the time.
Okay.
For these children that are in the system, and so that's the number to call, because we do a lot there with that.
What is that number again?
It's 810-232-9950.
Okay. Again, please share that information that you gave out earlier in terms of the website, your internet, and your phone and address.
Sure. Yeah. If you go to our website, it's ccsgc.org. All of our programs of Catholic Charities is there, including the soup kitchens. And our number at the soup kitchen office is 810-785-6911. And you can email me direct at jmanse, that's jmance, at ccsgc.org.
Good. Again, we thank you for coming on our show, and keep up the good work, and hopefully more via the Flint Talk Radio and Comcast Flint Cable Channel 17. You'll be able to get the things that you need in the coming future.
Right.
At this time, we want to thank Mr. John Manns, the director of the North End Soup Kitchen, for coming on the In My Opinion show. But at this time, we must close. We must thank our viewers. Until next time, stay focused.